Hi dears, in the previous class we were just started with learning to live together. What is learning to live together? Means in human society we used to live together for means we prefer to live together, right? And then this is the time where human beings are facing a lot of problem, right? Like lot of distractions and everything is going on, and lot of conflict and all these are going on. So we have to live peacefully. In order to live peacefully, students should, and that means we should teach the students who are would-be citizens spiritual values, mutual respect for people, and respect for culture, our culture also. So in order to teach this, if you teach all these values, then they will learn how to live together. There are a lot of prejudice and conflict, and all this, how to combat this prejudice and conflict. So this prejudice and conflict we can overcome by simply teaching them all the important values, and actually non-violence should be taught to them. And then shared means we should be we should they should means teachers should teach them how to live in cooperation and how to develop the friendship. So this commission we are talking about, and they have suggested that formal education should provide enough time and opportunity so that this growing generation, that is students in their young mind, so we can teach cooperative undertakings, and then we can have some cultural activities, and then some social activities can be arranged, and students can go to neighborhood and do some activities also. And they can help the underprivileged, and they can do some humanitarian work, and also assist others also. So for this, both teachers and students should work together. And next is learning to be. What is learning to be? All the three learnings which I have discussed before, and the last one is the fourth one, that is learning to be. This is nothing but whatever we have done before, in that merge of that is known as the learning to be. Means there are this type of learning is all-round development. What we can say is this, we are talking about all-round development of the child, and also developing human personality, developing that is body, mind and spirit. What it is? Body, mind and spirit. Okay, we can just discuss about the human personality, how to develop human personality. So all human beings should develop independent and critical thinking. They should know how to live independently. Okay, independent critical thinking, and form their own judgment. Okay, forming their own judgments. This and all will come under learning to be, right? And then it restates that learning to be, that is the report by International Commission of Education, it held in 1972. The world would be dehumanized as a result of technical change. This technological change is going on now because of that. So human beings are less needed nowadays. because machines are able to do so many work. Therefore, education should help an individual to solve his own problems, make his own decisions, and shoulder his responsibilities. Previously, we have discussed, right? All these students should learn. Education should strive to give people the freedom of thought, freedom of thought. So through education, what we are learning is a freedom of thought, right? So it means judgment, freedom of thought, judgment. This we have discussed before, right? And feeling and imagination, should have developed feeling for others, feeling and imagination, right? That they need in order to develop their talents and remain as much as possible in control of their lives. So all this will help them to develop their talent. So this is what is all about. Now we'll discuss about aims of schooling based on curriculum ideologist. So we have already discussed about academic rationalism, humanism, social efficiency, social reconstruction, right? So we have already discussed about all these things. Then aims of education, aims of schooling. So aims are as derived from Constitution of India, right? What are the aims as derived from Constitution of India? We'll see. Okay, development of the first one, you know that development of democratic citizenship and values in the people. Okay, this you know, that will be our first aim. Second is training in skillful living. Right? Next is third one, development of vocational skill. Okay, what is skillful living? Demog means visualization, okay, of the individual. How we are going to move with others, how we are going to talk to others. The educational system should be designed to inculcate some democratic values such as scientific temperament of mind, spirit of large-hearted tolerance, okay, give and take, something like that. Occasional, we know, means we need some people who can able to do some vocational work also, right? So then only our India economic progress of India we can okay, we can have. That is the reason we should develop vocational skill for the children. Next is the development of social, moral, and spiritual values. Just now we have discussed learning to live together, right? So for learning to live together, the important skill needed is social, moral, and spiritual values that we can understand. Next, the fifth is promoting national consciousness. That is very important because students should understand that our nation is more important than anything else. So national consciousness, so that they can live together also. This help them that we belong to same nation, and uh, they will means together automatically happens. So promotion of national consciousness. That is the reason certain like just now August 15th we celebrated our Independence Day, right? This will actually enhance the national consciousness and singing our national song, etc. Right? This helps a lot. Next is development of physical resource. So this is very important. Like our agriculture. So India is mainly agrarian country. So agriculture has to be developed. And here nowadays we are facing this rapid industrialization. So that is also should be very important. Means we should cope up with the industry new thing which is coming up. So we have to increase the productivity, and also basic components of education, work experience can be given to the students. So all this will help us. Next is development of human resource. That is very important. The population of our country, right? We have enough population. So just having the population is not going to serve our purpose. Therefore they should have some skill, their knowledge, their interest, their values. All this has to be developed so that they should be able to do some work, and it is for them and also for the family and also for the nation. So for that we have to develop the human resource, right? And then aims of schooling is democratic citizenship, living skills, vocational skills, social, moral, and spiritual values, national consciousness, physical resource, and human resource. Okay, and there are certain aims of learning according to National Policy of Education 1986, and today we are discussing about National Education Policy 2020, right? That also it's better to learn that is the recent policy. So National Curriculum Framework 2005, this also you can go through it. What are the aims? That is according to National Curriculum Framework, right? So you can see the old one, and you can also refer to the new one. What is the today we are having the new education policy, and you can compare what they have included and what they have excluded. So aims of schooling as deduced from the context of globalization. So we are in we are now talking about the globalization. India, we are not living can say our country is not a separate, it is a part of the whole world. Therefore we should think of how we are related to the other country, and therefore globalization plays very important role. So our students should learn about what is globalization, how we can live with other country, and how we are dependent upon others, and as well as certain things we share, and like certain things we export and certain things we import also. So that is globalization, aims of schooling from the context of globalization. So we should be having the ability, students should have the ability. The first one is to assess and adopt, apply their knowledge. Education should allow every individual to develop freely. Students should be able to develop in their own way freely, according to their wish, the individual will have to find his or her own point of reference in the society of constant change that generates short-lived values. Certain values are short-lived and continuously there is a change. We should know how to cope up with the change.